Okay, so we'd like to welcome you to Quilt Show Reno's Facebook and YouTube Live. We do this every Monday at 3 o'clock so that you can get kind of a behind the scenes look into the different vendors and teachers and designers and special exhibits and all the fun stuff that's going to be happening June 5th through the 7th. Although it actually starts on the 3rd. So I know a lot of you don't realize that we start classes before we even open the vendor mall. So make sure you go to the website. It's scrolling on the bottom to see all the fun activities that are happening. This year, I know we're doing quite a few things differently, but we do have Nick and we've got Nick that's going to be hosting a Project Runway fashion show on Friday night. So make sure you get signed up for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of outfits from Project Runway will be here. And if you are by chance a size like 0 to 0, we would love to have you come and be a model. So if you are actually, I think you can be up to like a size 6, maybe a size 8. We would love for you guys to volunteer to model on Friday night. So make sure you get your tickets for that. And we have several different people that are going to be, we're going to be interviewing today. We've got Jennifer Wagner from Snap Dragon Quilting and Nikki and Jim from the So Shop and possibly Terri Sue. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with a tour of the So Shop, which they're usually at the front of the show with big long arms. And so hang on a second. We're going to add Nikki and I'm going to take myself off of here. Hey, Nikki, how are you?
Hi, Beth. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How's the weather there? It looks like it's pretty sunny.
It is actually nice here in California today. It rained this morning, but it's kind of burned off a little. It's a little warm and muggy, but that's kind of it for the area for this time of year. So it just kind of is what it is. I'm Nikki Davis with the So Shop. We are the Northern California and Northern Nevada Nova dealer. Beth asked that we give you a tour of the store today and talk a little bit about the machines and stuff that we'll be doing at the show. So I thought I'd bring you in and show you the store. So this is the So Shop. We carry windline batting in all different sizes and shapes. We also carry thread, a Novatech thread and Glide thread, both of which you can order online. Come on back here. And my office, this is where I think all of the important things happen. Jim's office is where he thinks all the important things happen. I feel that's where all the messy things happen. So we'll give you just a brief look. Hi, Jim. And there's Jim. Say hi, Jim.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about Innova long arms.
Hey, Beth, how are you?
And a few of my favorite things. So we're going to go on in. What you got for us today, Jim?
Real quickly, first off, I don't know if it's been stated yet, but anybody wants to look at Innova, we do everything by appointment only. I got
wait, hang on. Nikki, get closer so we can hear him.
So we do everything by appointment only. So if you want to get in, if you want to test drive an Innova, all you got to do is give us a call and we'll set up a private meeting just for you. So you can come in and play on them. I got a couple of M's set up, one of which is in the corner back there. This is on our magnet frame. So if you don't have room for a 12-foot frame in your house, we actually have a frame that's super strong, that's 6 feet, that you can do a king size quilt on. So, well, you're welcome to come in and look at the stitch quality and look at it is. So anytime you want, just call us. We'll set up an appointment. You can come in and play. A couple of things that we usually don't have that we have right now are I have 2 used machines, which I never get. We've traded in a couple of the classic machines, which you can see by looking at them, are a little different than our M's. All the same internal components, so everything's the same. But these machines were actually traded in for the newer thing. You can see the stitch quality is the same, right? They drive like dreams.
And these are the machines that Beth has. This is a classic 22 with lightning.
Yeah. And then I also have a 3-year-old autopilot that I took back. So the customer came in and said, "I want the red one." They wanted to upgrade to the big M. So this machine's only done, I think it's done like 70 quilts maybe. So it hasn't done a lot of quilts. It's been in a great location. It's just under 3 years old, so it's a heck of a deal. If you're interested, give me a call. I'll turn it on. You guys can see it run, right?
So what if they're not local to Yuba City area? They can come and
So
pick the machines up, or
100%. So they can come and pick the machines up, or for, if it's not too far, I mean, we could probably work out a delivery. So everything's negotiable, right? If someone's interested and you're not, really close to us, we can still work something out. So we'll make it happen.
Yes, we do set up and delivery on the machines as well. And then
Plus, you get training, right? Any of the machines you buy from me, I'm going to train you. So you're going to come in on the hand guided machines. You're going to get a day of training with me. I've probably done 7,000 to 8,000 quilts. So you're going to get all the things that I've learned over the last 15 years of quilting. I'm going to teach you those in the first day of quilting. On the autopilot machines, I'm going to give where you're going to come in for 2 days. And I'm going to have you running the machines flawlessly before you leave. So we'll go through the software. I guarantee you in 15 years, there hasn't been anybody I haven't been able to teach software to. So I will make sure that you're fluent in it.
and you get my cell phone number. If you have questions moving forward, we encourage you to call me on my cell and we will walk you through it. And now
Okay. So the last thing I will go to, she was going to talk about it,
Oh.
but so we've been doing this a long time, and it's not too often that something really cool comes out, right? I mean, it's long arming. So recently they just introduced in a product that will make your life way, way easier for loading a backing in. You guys are probably familiar with sew tights. They've been doing a lot of different stuff in the quilt industry right now, but they came out with a set to put long arms onto your leaders. And I got to be honest with you, I was super skeptical when I first heard about it. I didn't think it was going to even that they would hold the fabric even close to tight enough. But we've got a backing loaded on here we started with, right? You can kind of see how we put them across the back. In here, in these things you put there's a little metal plate that comes on the back of these little magnet clips. We sewed them into our leader. You can actually put them on the back of the leader if you don't want to, or you can sew them into the leader. So every 6 inches, we put one of the little 4-inch things. So if you've been using some sort of a leader grip system, a red snapper system, a pinning system, and you're not happy with it for any reason, this is basically the wave of the future. So we're gonna do the same thing we always would do to load our back. I'm gonna show you guys how this works real quick. I'm gonna find my center, right? So I'm gonna take my center, I'm gonna put my center onto my fabric. I'm gonna take one of the little magnet guys and I'm just gonna place it on there, right? And then I'm gonna go just like we would before. I'm gonna take this, following the seam with my leader, right? I'm gonna put this on, and then I'm just gonna put them where the little clippers are. So I'm gonna put every spot. I mean, really, you don't even know if I'm right on top of them, but you can see that it's holding it on perfect. Same thing with this side, right? I'm gonna come over here, put in my fabric on the seam.
so
Right,
Jim, even if they don't have an Innova, say they have a different long arm, whatever brand it is, these sew tights will work on any machine, right?
Any machine. That's the beauty of it. It does not have to be a Nova. I know, unfortunately, not everybody has an Innova, but and they'll work on your handy quilter, they'll work on your Gamel, they'll work on your APQS, what machine you have. You have an old tin Lizzie. I mean, these work great, right? And then to show you just real quickly how strong they are, I'm just going to wind these on real quick, and you can see I'm going to wind this back and forth. So this was my concern, that they weren't going to be strong enough to hold them in place, right? Absolutely no problem, right? I mean, I don't know if you can see how tight the fabric is that I'm running, but I got to pull them pretty tight, right? Go to the bottom, same thing, right?
That's pretty
And
slick.
it's super strong.
I actually have one of the customers that rents one of my long arms. She just put, Beth, I may be happy about this versus your red plastic monsters.
yes.
Right? I mean, they're super easy. I mean, the only reason we even brought them in is because I've got a lot of customers that their hands, they have arthritis in their hands, or they're not strong enough to clip the actual snapper onto the leader. This is perfect, right? I mean, your hands don't have to be strong anymore. You just put them in one time. They're a little bit more expensive than the traditional ways of doing it, but it's so quick and so easy. I mean, it really is. It's a lifesaver for your hands and for your fingers if you're a pinner. No more sticking your fingers anymore.
Yes.
Perfect.
And we have those available on our website.
Yeah, they're pretty cool actually. So and I'd be more than happy if you're not. I mean, a lot of people are concerned about how they use them, how they put them in. You're more than welcome to call us if you're interested in them. I'll walk you through how to set them up. Like I said, they're super easy to use. So call us on the cell phone. I'll walk you through how to put them into the leader, how we do it. We put these in. It probably took us maybe 10 minutes to do both of my leaders. I don't have them in my third leader right now because I'm a floater. I don't attach my tops, but I will before the shows have another set put in there. So.
And I have a
Okay.
video. I took a video of how to
Yep.
sew them, so I can text you a video if need be, and you can watch it. And they are available on our website along with thread and any Innova parts you might need at sewshop.com.
Can you
And then
spell it
just
for me,
call.
Nikki?
SEWSOSHOP.com. COM.
At ATT.
No, it's
Oh, that's the email.
he's so cute.
Don't listen to me. I get paid to play with these machines. I don't get to do anything else. So,
That paperwork is difficult.
and then you guys, you could call us on the cell phone anytime. So if you have any questions, especially about the long arms, anything you want to know about, 530-300-3170. So that's our cell phone number.
Perfect. So for those of you that are watching, if you have any questions about windline batting, glide thread,
Innova
Innovatech thread. I know I just called it the Wonderfill thread, but
it's made by Wonderfill. It looks like it's just like Omni. So if you're using Omni now, it's a 40 weight wrap poly. It's the exact same thread as Omni, but it's way cleaner.
yeah, it's what I use. And then if you have any questions for Jim and Nicki, you can always call them. You can go to their website. But if you have any questions right now, type them in real quick and we'll get them answered before we let them go, because they've got another appointment that they're going to. So they're not going to be sticking around. And you can see them at the show. They will be doing demos. If you want to call them and get some questions answered, you can always schedule a time with them to have undivided attention at the show. They love to do that if you want to schedule that in advance.
Yes.
Anything else, Jim?
Yep. No, I agree. It's perfect.
Okay.
Definitely.
Perfect. All right. We will see you guys in a couple of months.
All right. It's great. Right. It's great talking with everybody. Thanks, Beth.
Likewise. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. So we would like to welcome those of you who joined a little bit later. We still have Jennifer Wagner from Snap Dragon Quilting and Terri Sue's Toffee on. So make sure you stay tuned in and get your questions ready. I'm just going to bring Jennifer on right now. And Jennifer, this is the first time I've done an interview with you, so you can see it's kind of laid back. Well, first of all, they always love to know how you got into quilting.
Well, Beth, first of all, I want to thank you so much for having me on today. It is so much fun to be here with you. I'm really lucky. I come from families of quilters. And so my mom tells the story that I would not stop bugging her. Mom, teach me how to sew. Teach me how to sew. And finally, she sat me down and taught me how to use her sewing machine. So I grew up making clothes and bags and doll clothes and costumes. But when my second baby was born, he liked to wake up so early every morning. And so we go and sit in front of the TV, and Alex Anderson was on. And she had a show called Simply Quilt. And I just became instantly obsessed with quilting. So that was over 18 years ago. And I'm still obsessed with quilting today. So Alex Anderson taught me how to quilt.
Perfect. She taught a lot of us. A lot
She
of
did.
us started with her.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to be teaching. You're going to have a booth at the quilt show. And then you'll also be teaching. You're also going to be doing free presentations on the stage. Do you want to tell us about those?
Absolutely. So this is not my first time coming to Quilt Show Reno. I've come in the past and I had a booth, but this will be my first time teaching. And the first class that I'm teaching is a project called Mini Moons, and we use reverse applique, meaning we create a window in our background fabric and then fill it up with something fun. This project is really fast, so you can use because it's fast because it's small, but it's also charm pack friendly. So you can see this little cafe version here. I had a cafe charm pack, and it just goes right in. So this class is always like my number one class. People love this class. It sells out fast. And here's the pattern for it too. We've got the pattern over on my website. The other class that I'll be teaching is foundation paper piecing. And I find that people really have a they either love this technique or they hate this technique. And so my goal with this class is to really give people the understanding of how this technique works so they can make something simple but beautiful and then go in and apply it to other projects. So I always ask, why the heck would anyone sew fabric onto paper? And there's really two main reasons. One is accuracy, because fabric likes to stretch, but paper doesn't. So if we use the paper to stabilize our fabric, we get sharp points. All our blocks end up the same size, making our projects fit together really well. And the other real advantage of this technique is that it allows us to create designs that would be difficult with traditional methods. So we can get strange shapes of triangles. You may have gone on Etsy and Googled foundation paper piecing and seen bazillions of blocks that are, from puppies to ice cream cones to coffee cups to the possibilities are just endless with this technique, which is why I love it. So with that class, there's actually 3 different options. So you can do different sets of blocks. So I'll show you this first one. This one is called striped hexies. And so each of these patterns includes 18 different block designs. And the nice thing is the reason I like these for class is because in the pattern, I've already printed out the foundation papers for class. So it makes it really easy because we can just open the project and go. So the first one is the easiest because it's just simple stripes. So, and there's lots of options with it. The next one that's just slightly more complex, but it is also still very beginner friendly. This one's called Equilateral Gone Awry. And again, 18 different block designs, and I've pre-printed the triangles for you to make 20 blocks. And then I'll show you the last one. The last one I actually have, I appliqued one of the blocks over here onto my denim jacket. And this one's called Nuts About You. This fabric is so cute. It's got nuts on it. And it was February when I released this pattern. So it had to be, Valentine's themed. Nuts About You. So you can absolutely do this one too if this is your first time paper piecing. It looks more complex. There's a little bit more shapes that you have to sew onto the foundation papers, but it's still very beginner friendly, very easy to do. How's that?
Perfect. Okay, I was wondering how you got it onto the jacket, but you just appliqued one of the blocks on. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what's fun about these projects. You can put them in a bag, put them in a table runner. You don't have to commit to making a whole quilt with these block patterns.
Oh, that's perfect, because sometimes making a whole quilt is a little bit overwhelming. But we can all do a pillow or a tote bag or something. Okay, yeah. So if you guys have any questions for Jennifer, just type that in right now. We'll get those questions answered. And we do have some that are not local and probably not going to make the show, but if they're interested, they can go to your website and place an order, or they can give you a call. Yep. What's your website?
snapdragonquilting.com, just like the snapdragon flower, all one word, snapdragonquilting.com. And then I also have a whole bunch of tutorials on YouTube, also at Snapdragon Quilting. So of course, all the instructions are in my patterns, but if you want to see me do these techniques, you can go on YouTube too.
Perfect. And you had mentioned, this is kind of a little side check, but I think people love to know about who they're taking classes from. And so you are a Benartex ambassador. What does that really mean?
So this October, I was at Quilt Market as a vendor, and Quilt Market is a business-to-business show. So I had a booth showing my patterns. I'm a quilt pattern designer and a quilting instructor. And one of their fabric designers came in my booth. And she introduced herself and we got to talking, and she had just released her very first fabric line. Her name is Rachel Rossi. And I was like, I've got to see your fabric. So she goes back to her booth to get her handout about her new fabric line that was coming out. And she also brought her marketing director with her. And her name's Maria. And she took one look around my booth and said, I need you. And I said, for what? And she said, I need you to be a Benartex ambassador. And I said, well, I don't know what that is. And so she told me about it. And what it is I get to represent their company by working with their fabrics for the entire year. And so I'm going to have, and I've already started, I've got quarterly projects. So I get to pick one of their fabric lines and make something with it. And this particular mini moons here on the end is made with their fabrics. And so besides those 6 projects that I'm doing with them, I also get to work with their fabrics to do other projects too. So this recolor of mini moons was one, and I actually just got published in their Fat Quarterly magazine. My project made the cover, which is super exciting. It's the first time I've been published in a magazine, and so it's just
Wow.
an opportunity for us to work together and for me to get my name out there in the community.
Wow, that's an honor. That's exciting. Very exciting.
It's been so amazing. Benartex has been just wonderful to work with.
Perfect. Okay, and Mary Lou says she's going to go to your YouTube channel and check it out. And then Carolyn,
Yay.
yes, you can buy the patterns. She already gave you the website, but it's snapdragonquilting.com. And you guys are going to want to make sure that you do a schedule. For those of you coming to Quilt Show Reno, you want to make sure you do a schedule in advance, because there are free presentations on the stage. So Jennifer will be doing demos and kind of like a little mini lecture on Thursday and Saturday on the free stage. And then also she'll be doing demos in her booth the whole time the show's going on. So make sure you get signed up for her classes and that you schedule all the fun events that are happening. Okay, Jennifer, do you have anything else you want to add?
Can I tell you about the presentations I'm doing on the stage?
Yes, go ahead.
Awesome. So the first one, which I believe you said was on Thursday.
Yes.
That one is all about, now I should look and see. Okay, so that one's like a little mini trunk show. So I can kind of walk you through a lot of the quilt patterns that I have, but I also do little demonstrations on the techniques used in those quilts. And then on Saturday, I'm doing a brand new lecture that I'm developing right now, and it's called Quilts in Color. And so my business is turning 3 this year. This April, we are celebrating our 3rd anniversary as a business. Thank you. It's just so exciting. And so whenever I teach a class, I always start with a presentation about design, because it's the design of quilting that really keeps me coming back to it as a craft and making me want to get up in the morning and go make something new. And so when I start my classes as an instructor, I do a little presentation about how that particular quilt we're working on can look different, how we can apply different fabrics and colors and contrast and make it look different. And so I'm taking all those presentations and I'm putting them into one to talk about ways that we can put color in our quilts, because it's easy, we can find a quilt kit we like and just go make it, but what if we want to do something of our own? And so I'm going to cover 4 different strategies to come up with a great color palette and then how to apply those in quilts.
Perfect. Sorry about that. Okay, so do you girls have any questions, and gentlemen have any questions for Jennifer? Well, I think the ones that are watching live right now are mostly, they've been around, so they kind of know to get to the free stage. They know to sign up for classes, but we will have people that will watch later on. So perfect. You guys are really going to want to make sure that you, I'm always busy in my booth. And so I don't really ever get to the free stage, which is kind of a bummer because so much happens there. So you really, yes, it's kind of crazy. Actually my son and I went to QuiltCon recently, and we went just as consumers. And so we were really able to take advantage of all the other things that are going on at quilt shows. Because as a vendor, we're pretty focused. It is amazing all the things that are happening at a quilt show. So we really need to remember to take time to enjoy all of the demos in the booths, enjoy all of the take and makes and the free presentations and the classes, just everything that's going on. So do you have anything else you want to add, Jennifer?
Oh, I got to go to QuiltCon this year too, and I had to work in the Benartex booth for a little bit doing meet and greets and on their stage, but otherwise I got to go and enjoy the show. And there's nothing like a quilt show, because all your friends who all love the same thing you love, we're all in the same place. And of course, quilters are generally really friendly and really nice. You can talk to anyone in there and they're just going to be so happy to talk to you. It's so much fun.
Yes. Yes. So really, because some people say, "Oh, I just hit the vendor mall and I'm out. It takes me a morning to get through the show," and I just think you really are missing so much if you don't, take a minute to take a breath and really see what's going on. There's so much energy. It's just a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you can learn some really great things in classes. Like I took a hand sewing class at QuiltCon, and I'm not a hand stitcher, and it was fantastic. I learned so much. So
For
you
sure.
learn great things from the classes.
Yes. Well, and that's one thing because sometimes people will say, "Oh, I don't need a class." And I just think that you're going to learn, even if you know what the teacher's teaching, you're going to learn from the students. You're going to learn. I mean, it's just it's just so much creativity around you. You will absorb and you will walk away with
Be
information.
inspired.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And if they have any questions, they can go to snapdragonquilting.com and they can call you, I'm sure, if they have something urgent they need to know about.
Yep.
Perfect.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Beth. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it. Looking forward to seeing you this summer.
perfect. Me too. June will be here before we know it. All right. Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Thank you. Okay, so next we have Terri Sue, and we had to leave her till last because otherwise you guys would be starving and just be on ordering all the fun stuff. I can tell you right now, Terri Sue gets my whole entire paycheck from the quilt show. Literally. Okay, Terri, what do you have?
Hi guys, it's nice to see you all. I am getting ready for Easter. I've got my Easter outfit on today. um, we're getting all sorts of candies made, getting ready for filling Easter baskets, but we're also looking forward to the Reno Quilt Show.
So, you make everything fresh from scratch in your kitchen, which is like 6,000 square feet, right?
Yes, it's actually 8,000 square feet,
Oh
but
my God.
that's close enough.
I can't even imagine keeping that clean.
Well, thankfully, I don't have to do it by myself.
For sure, for sure. So, you will have everything at Quilt Show Reno, but if they want to get a jump start for Easter, can they pre-order stuff and have you ship it to their grandkids or, to myself?
Absolutely. We ship across the country all year long. I use ice packs when it's necessary. Uh, Here in Chico, California, where I live, it's going to get up in the 80s this week. So I don't think you guys are quite that warm yet, but we do ship. So I have my website and I have my business card right here that has the website. It might be hard to see, but it's it's tstoffee.com. So you don't have to spell Terri.
Just tstoffee.com. We'll take you to
Correct.
the website. And
Yes.
then can they order from that
Yes.
for Easter? Because I know Easter's going to come before we know it. And so they can ship directly to the grandkids.
I can ship to you as well. And on my website, I have a message box that you can add any special requests as far as a message you want me to include, or if someone has a favorite color or sprinkle or ribbon they want, just any information you want to put in, just hit save where I don't see it. But yes, you can order online. Pretty much everything is on my website. We'll show you some of our products that we have. My quilt ladies love my cookies. We've got our chocolate chip toffee, our snickerdoodles. We also, I don't have them right here. We've got our pistachio toffee sugar cookie, oatmeal raisin, and I think one of your favorite, Beth, is the peanut butter with caramel.
Yes. I just run a tab for the weekend, so I don't even know how much I've spent. And I don't have any idea how many calories I've eaten because I figure that it doesn't matter. During the quilt show, you can eat as many calories as you want.
Yep.
They don't
And
count.
I also happen to know that you pay some of your help in my candy.
Yes, yes. That's true.
Anyway, we also have several different kinds of fudge. Rocky Road and the cookies and cream are very popular. Of course, we have our caramel apples. I've got a sampling of what we have here. I've got my Rocky Road apple, and our signature apple is our Terri Sue's toffee apple that is fully dipped in our caramel that we make from scratch, all by hand. So this is fully dipped in our caramel, then fully dipped in milk chocolate, and then rolled in our toffee crumbs and decorated with sprinkles and stuff. You can order that in milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or even white chocolate. And we've got our pecan turtle apple that we typically drizzle in milk dark chocolate, but you can order your apple exactly the way you want online. We've got our chocolate caramel apple, and our chocolate that we use, I want to make sure that you all know, we use real high quality chocolate. We don't use the candy melts that you can buy at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I think it makes a difference. We have a Butterfinger apple. I don't know if you've tried that one before, Beth.
No.
That's one of our newer ones. Another one of our family favorites is my strawberry shortcake. It's freeze-dried strawberries over white chocolate and caramel. And it's the little tartness of the strawberry with the white chocolate. Our caramel. So we always do, I don't have anything here, but we always have either milk or dark chocolate caramel dipped in milk or dark chocolate sprinkled with sea salt. This time of year, from Valentine's until Mother's Day, we do our strawberry champagne from it. So we sip those just as the caramel squares, like our other caramels we do. But the chocolate dipped ones, we typically do those in white chocolate. So we have those. I think you've enjoyed our turtles. We do our nut caramel turtles with either almonds or pecans, and we do those in milk and dark chocolate. For Easter, we have our little white chocolate bunnies with M&Ms inside. So these sell for $4 a pack. They're perfect for the little Easter basket. As well as we have our fudge. I've dipped our chocolate fudge and a peanut butter mixture in here for our eggs for Easter baskets. And people love our marshmallow pops that we have in white milk and dark chocolate. We also can do them with toffee crumbs on the outside, or dip them in caramel and then chocolate too, kind of like a caramel apple, but it's a marshmallow inside. Those are perfect.
Those are so good. And the
They
kids
are.
love the marshmallows. I used to buy them by like the dozen for the whole basketball team.
No lie, you did. Honeycomb is a new favorite. Our honeycomb or sponge candy, or some people crunchy and airy and addictive. Dip that in milk or dark chocolate.
And the honeycomb just melts in your mouth. It's so good.
It's really good. And then I have my toffee. These are our small bags of toffee. They're 5 ounces. We top them with either pistachios or almonds or walnuts and milk or dark chocolate. And then we can also do larger gift boxes too there's different options on the website. So we've got those. I almost forgot our haystacks. It's just coconut chocolate. These are milk and dark chocolate. That's an old time favorite. My cookies, they like our sunflowers that actually has an Oreo cookie and a peanut butter cup inside stacked and a really good chocolate. So those are our sunflowers. And there are other things on our website too. I can't show it all today, but those are just a few things that are popular for Easter.
So say that they're like me and they just can't decide. Can they just call you or email you and just say, hey, I want to spend $30 or $40 and can you just make up an Easter basket for them?
Sure, I'm happy to do that. I have clients that they'll text me and say, hey, I need 9 baskets for clients or for employee gifts, or I've got some realtors in the past that have ordered thank you gifts for their clients, and we're happy to do anything.
Perfect. Victor, no franchises available because it is all poor Terri Sue's blood, sweat, and tears.
It is, but I have employees too. In fact, one of them is holding the camera for me right now. Cheryl is a very hard worker and helps me make all this too.
Perfect.
And Myra and some other people that come in when we're getting ready for events.
Right. Okay, do you guys have any questions for Terri Sue? I can attest to you that it is the best candies and chocolates. I love the apples because you can get the apples and you don't necessarily have to eat them right away. They will last forever. I mean, I hate to admit this, but I might have found one in the back of my refrigerator. Like, I don't even know how, it was like a month or so, or maybe longer after a show. And I cut into it and I just had to cut around where the stick was, but the rest of it was still perfect.
I've been guilty of the same, but Beth has such a big heart. There are many shows that if I have anything extra, she'll just buy it all.
It's true. It's true. I figure somebody will love it.
Yes, you've got lots of people in and out of your house and shop to enjoy the treats.
Yes. Okay, anything else you'd like to add?
Let's see. I do have an offer on my card if they use TST for Terri Sue's Toffee, and then the number 1 ST, they get 10% discount for their first order. And
say it again because it kind of cut out a little bit.
Okay. Let's see if you can see it on my card here. It's TST first.
Get way closer.
Wait, is it? We're not good at this camera stuff. We're good at making candy.
Disclaimer is we are not technical people, but we have a good heart.
No. So without the card, it's TST, like Terri Sue's Toffee. And then first, the number 1 ST as one word is a code that you can use for 10% off an order on my website.
Okay, so TST.
Number 1.
Number 1, ST.
Correct.
Terri, TST 1 ST. We'll
Correct.
get you that's the coupon code, okay, guys?
Yeah. For 10% off the whole website.
Perfect. So go and get your Easter orders in, and then make sure that you plan on stopping by Terri Sue's at Quilt Show Reno. You won't be disappointed for sure. And you don't want to wait till Saturday.
Oh, no.
If there's something specific you want, even if you're at the show Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can always swing by Terri Sue's first thing on Thursday, and she'll keep it for you till Saturday. She'll keep it in the cooler if it needs to be.
Absolutely. But also, if you know what you want ahead of time, like if you have a certain flavor of apple that you want me to make and have there for you, let me know ahead of time and I will save those for you.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. And now I feel like I'm going to go order, even though I really shouldn't, but I will. I know. Watching it now, I'm going through withdrawals.
Oh, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you since last June.
I know, but we're not doing any shows except for the Reno show.
We're happy
Yep.
you're going to be there.
Yep. Well, I'm happy you're going to be there. All right. So thank you for joining us. We will do
Thank
this
you.
again next Monday at 3:00. Have a great week and go get some sewing done. And make sure you check out the website, quiltshowreno.com, and get signed up for the classes because they are starting to fill up. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.